The Plant Power Podcast. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful week. We're actually taping this podcast and webcast on 420, so happy 420 to everybody out there. We're at the Dignitary Tea and Kava House outside of our little medical card lounge, and we're going to be participating later as we normally do. We're going to do a little extra participating today. But first of all, one love to TruFusion, who jumped back on board for another 3 months. Go check them out. If you do yourself a favor, if you can find Old Growth OG right here that I have in my hand right here, it is fire. You'd be lucky to get some, and now that I brought it up, probably gonna find it nowhere. It's unbelievable. And for those who don't like the buds at TruFusion, the buds are absolutely beautiful. So trusted me, TruFusion is the way to go. So they're all over the darn place. I guarantee there's one near you. Now, I kind of find myself being the spokesperson for marijuana, but I'm also becoming a spokesperson for Kratom and Kava as well, because I stopped drinking last May. I haven't had a drink. Now I've gone to Kava and Kratom. It's done wonderful things for my body. I've lost a little bit of weight, and I just feel better about myself. So when I heard that they're trying to put their hands, Hillsborough County supposedly is trying to put their hands on Kratom and ban it in Hillsborough County, I said, no. Don't make me go Will Smith on your ass. Okay, so I brought a young lady who is kind of spearheading a lot of these things and is really one of the voices in Tampa Bay area, Lynette Gryniak. How are you doing?
Yes, good. You said my last name right?
I said it right.
Thank you.
Okay, I tell you, I was in the bathroom going over it a few times. Well, Lynette, Frank the Kava OG told me he met you, and I have to meet you and bring you out here. So first of all, what is your title?
So I'm an importer, and I own a business called DesaLeaf. So I import Kratom since 2015 direct from farmer.
Very nice.
And then I wholesale, and I'm also doing some retail.
Okay.
And then I also do a lot of work advocacy with the American Kratom Association. Okay. And I'm sort of the one that took over Tampa Bay. It just sort of happened. So here I am.
Where are you getting the Kratom from?
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in that game?
Since 2015.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's been a while.
Kratom is really becoming hot here in the Bay Area.
Oh yeah.
When did it start exploding?
2012, 2013, but a lot of like the Kava Kratom bars really started up around 2016.
Okay.
We started seeing that here.
And obviously St. Pete was kind of the hub for the whole country that I heard, like Bulan, and just started expanding. I believe we're one of the first ones here in South Tampa. Other than St. Pete, where else has a bunch of Kava bars? You don't really see them that many places.
Not that many. Florida has the most. Florida is known as
I've heard that,
the place, and that's why I advocate here, because if we have all these businesses here, we should also be advocating and teaching and educating while we're in this business.
So Kava and Kratom kind of go together here at the Dignitary Kava House. Frank has the best Kava in town. Frank has the best Kratom in town, and that's not me. And at first I drink it every day, but that's everybody else speaking. I heard through the grapevine that Hillsborough County is talking about banning Kratom here. And first of all, how long has this been going on? And the one question I have is why?
Yeah.
That's the big question. Why?
Well, a lot of times what happens is something happens to someone, and unfortunately there's a death.
Okay.
And many times when that happens, they blame it on the Kratom.
Okay.
Many times the American Kratom Association has showed with the autopsy reports that there was poly drug use.
Okay.
But sometimes, we have to understand though, especially if it's a parent who lost their child, that's what they see.
And you have to be sensitive to
it.
Yes,
right. And we completely understand that. My heart goes out to anyone that goes through that. But at the same time, we have millions of users that are using it to benefit their lives and has saved their lives. So we really have to look into the autopsy and the truth. Because how can we ban something that millions of people use to stay alive?
Every day.
Right, every day.
Listen, I own a Kava and Kratom bar, okay?
Yeah.
I sit here and listen to the stories, and they're not boo-hoo stories.
Right.
They're success stories of people turning their lives around.
Oh, yeah.
And there's success stories of people losing a lot of weight and being better about themselves. And it was unfortunate that that young man passed. Yeah. But listen, it's 2022. When I was young, people used to say a kid committed suicide, you have a Marilyn Manson CD, and that's why you committed suicide. No, it's not. It has. Listen, I was very close to somebody who committed suicide. Nobody knows why people commit suicide. There's factors to things, you know what I mean? So if somebody has alcohol and drugs and Kratom and Kava, you can't pull one of them out and say that did it. Once again, we have sympathy for anybody that loses any family member. But it's just, we should know better than that right now. And I brought it up in the Kava House, and one of our employers here, Bill, said, I read that story, and at the end of it, it talked about him also having other drugs in the system and how he was treated at home. And, I don't want to blame anybody for anything, but just for that to eliminate Kratom out there, well, how many bars do you pass? How many people are smoking cigarettes? And you want to get rid of a tea that's helping everybody. Yeah. So, I mean, what do we need to do as spokespeople for Kratom to kind of make sure that this doesn't happen?
The biggest thing is testimonials. If you know anybody, and especially here, I'm sure a lot of people that come here. Testimonials, giving your story, letting people know how it helped you. Of course, writing to your state representatives, that's always something to do. And at this, and I hate to say this, but the FDA is still on our case.
Of course they are.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but the DEA and the FDA were after us in 2016. The DEA backed off because there wasn't enough evidence.
Sure.
Okay. If the DEA backed off, okay.
Sure.
The FDA kept going.
Well, there's money behind that.
There's money
to keep it going.
Well, there's a lot of ties with Big Pharma.
Facts.
And we know that Scott Gottlieb, who was the FDA commissioner, also works with Pfizer. There's a conflict of interest there.
A little bit.
We won't go into that.
Yeah. It's not necessary. Everybody knows.
Right. But the FDA did go to the World Health Organization last October to try to ban Kratom worldwide. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
And the American Kratom Association went, and they only had, I think it was 3 minutes to state why we can't do this.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the WHO did not ban it. But the FDA isn't stopping. They're still going. So we have work to do still. We just have to keep with the testimonies.
And listen, I said this on my radio show today. I've been on radio for like 23 years now. And 23 years ago, I would never have brought up marijuana. I was scared. I didn't want anybody to know I was associated with it. I'm different now, okay? Because there's commercials for beer all the damn time, okay? All these things that are killing people. For them to be going after Kratom, to me, is the most ridiculous thing in the world. And I heard somebody say, well, you could get addicted to it. Well, I don't know of anything that you can't get addicted to. Yeah. You get addicted to food, air,
water,
fast food, every darn thing you get addicted to. Yeah. And everything has a practical use. Marijuana does, Kratom does, Kava does. Anything that I can bring up, if you do too much of it, it will kill you, okay? That's the way it goes. So we have to be sensible with ourselves. We have to police ourselves. So is this somebody just making a lot of noise, or do you think there's a possibility that this thing goes through?
I don't think it's going to go through, at least as quickly as they're trying to make it go through, and I think it's because our community is so strong. We dealt with this back a few years ago with Seminole and Clearwater. They were trying to do the same thing. We got our community together, which I will tell you, the Kava Kratom community is strong. We are strong.
Here
we
it is.
show
Here
up.
It is. Absolutely, yeah.
And we went to these city council meetings, testimonies, stories. The business owners came. Doctors, scientists. We had an ex-Big Pharma rep come, and who's speaking on our side. So it goes to show you we have some strong numbers here. But will they stop?
No, they're not going to stop.
When there's money, Well,
there's always going to be money.
When there's,
And listen, I've been a drinker my whole life. Okay, I stopped last May. I used to be really cool with a lot of people at the liquor company. They don't like me now.
Yeah.
I never thought about it. But like literally, they don't contact me anymore. I'm thinking, what did I do? But then they listen to the show, and basically I'm saying, don't drink alcohol. And they don't like that, okay?
Yeah.
And we talk all the time about alcohol and marijuana and different things, and I know a lot of people that smoke weed. None of them want to stop. Everybody that drinks wants to stop drinking.
Yes.
That's just the way it is.
Well, I mean, there's murders, domestic violence charges, there's DUIs.
Yes. And listen, once again, we had one lady that had an unfortunate death here in the Bay Area, but it didn't actually get written down as the young man died of Kratom. I promise you they didn't say that.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
I mean, so is there one person in this world that's ever died from Kratom?
The answer would be no.
That's what I'm saying, though. So I don't understand why you're going to start trying to ban something from there.
Right, and that's the thing. Like we have the research, we have the science, we have the proof, we have the autopsy reports.
Correct.
So the fact that we have all this and we're giving it to people and they're still saying that, that's where we have to be careful, and we have that work to do still.
You ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. To me, I think Kratom and Kava really bunched in one group. It's almost where marijuana was 15 years ago, maybe.
Here we go again.
It seems like the exact same place to where you're like, well, what are you guys arguing about again?
Yep.
I don't really understand.
Yeah.
And then they keep on going, and then all of a sudden people are going to be exposed to it and go, well, damn, this really made sense. Because that's where we are with marijuana now. Because once again, I said on the air today, if you don't like me smoking marijuana, screw you. But I guarantee you've probably been taking pills. You're probably going to be drinking tonight.
Yep.
And the unfortunate part, you're mad because I'm living better than you.
Right.
And I think Kratom and Kava are in that same category.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And a lot of times you're labeled, you know, like I've had friends look at me that drink alcohol and they call me a hippie. And I'm like, all right, well, if I'm a hippie, I guess I'm a hippie. Right. Is that a bad thing?
Hippies are peaceful. But listen, the 2022 hippie bathes, okay? You know, the hippies in the 60s, they all smell like patchouli and all that kind of stuff. And it's a different time. Listen, just because you smoke weed and don't drink alcohol, I love when people call me hippie. I've been a hippie my whole life.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So what are your goals? What are your timelines? What are you trying to get accomplished?
So the biggest thing is everyone should know that the University of Florida does have research. Dr. Chris McCurdy is doing extensive research on Kratom.
Okay.
We do have, the American Kratom Association does have all the links if you want that information, especially for education.
Okay.
There should be no reason why we're not educating people.
Correct.
We have the documentation. We didn't have this in 2015.
Right, yeah.
You know, it was harder back then, but we have that. So AmericanKratom.org.
Okay.
That's the American Kratom Association. That's where you want to go when you want to print out your fact sheets and have your numbers. Somebody tries to have a discussion with you, you're like, no, we have it. Because that's what people want. They want that proof.
They want
we have
facts,
the proof.
yes, exactly.
So when you give them the proof and they still argue, you know.
Well, isn't our world turning to that way to where people don't care about facts anymore?
No.
Whatever.
What's your source?
Whatever.
And you give them the source and they still don't
It's bad for you. Forget about your stinking facts and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that our world starts growing a little bit. Like I said, I've owned, a Kava bar now since October, and we haven't had any situations.
Right.
We haven't any situations. We've had a couple of people that didn't fit in, but I mean, we like the way we act. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a Kava bar with Kratom is just peaceful people.
Right.
And for anybody that's never been to a Kava or Kratom bar, sometimes people just walk in and they kind of understand it. I don't even think I really understood it when I first was exposed to it.
No.
Like when I first started drinking Kava, I'm like, it tastes okay. It's not alcohol, but
my tongue is numb.
But and I'm like, okay. But then I started to drink on a consistent basis, and then I started to I went to Muddy, and I went to a few different places, and kind of looked around. I go, so it's just a bar.
Right.
It's just a place, a social gathering.
Social gathering.
Where people aren't acting an ass.
Right. A community where you can come and meet somebody from California, someone from Missouri, someone from Florida. You know, I'm from New York originally, and I never thought I'd meet all of these people in one community.
Correct.
And we all get along and we unite over this tea.
Yeah.
Over a tea.
And I think it's beautiful because I'm here at the Dignitary Tea and Kava House, and I'm finding myself befriending some people where really the only thing we have in common is Kava and Kratom.
Yep.
But the thing is, I'm being exposed to different cultures, and I'm learning, and I'm seeing the different people that are getting together, and they're loving each other, and we don't have anything in common, yet we're getting along.
And it's over these leaves.
And you know what's funny? We have some discussions in here, and we don't really allow people to talk politics, although sometimes we talk about issues, and I see Republicans and Democrats and liberals and conservatives all talking peacefully, and I feel like saying it can happen.
Yes.
Because our world is just butting heads right now.
And we show it at the Kava Kratom bars.
That's exactly right.
And it's proof. We see it.
So if you want some reality, people, come to Dignitary Kava House or any Kava House around you, because it's nothing but reality. Lynette, thank you very much for your expertise.
Yeah, thank you for letting me talk.
There you go.
Letting everybody know that we have the research and the science, and come to us if you need anything.
Beautiful. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. I'm going to have True Chef Corey and his boy Frank, and we talk a little cooking. We'll be back.
Nice.
Welcome back to the Plant Power Podcast, and let me big ups to Lynette for bringing us knowledge for Kratom and trying to make sure they don't get rid of our Kratom and Kava too. They're going to keep their hands off, please. Now we're going to flip the script a little bit and talk a little cooking with some infused cooking, which I get into a little bit. I go to Cureleaf and I get the tinctures. I just put it right in there. But this young man right here, the true chef, my guy, Corey Hall. What's up, kid? How you living?
What's
man?
going on,
You
y'all?
good?
Oh, man, holding it down.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Appreciate the opportunity.
We've done some work together. We have a sous chef right here, Frank Wilkins. What up, dog? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, true chef, you've been around a long time. You guys are Tampa Bay through and through.
All day.
What part of Tampa are you from?
South Tampa, baby.
SOG?
SOG. South of Gandy.
Well, let me say, everybody, if you ain't been south of Gandy, you ain't really from Tampa. I'm just telling you. That's where it originated, and that's where the real Tampans come from.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that.
Port
now,
Tampa in the building.
No doubt. Now, I've known Corey. I've known both you guys for a long time. Two brothers been hustling for a long time. Corey's brother's in. What has he done on television? What has he done?
Right now, my brother, he just did Cherry with the gentleman that was from Batman. I mean, from Spider-Man. He's working on a project right now that I can't talk about up there in Atlanta with some pretty big names.
He was a brother on Ray Donovan.
Ray
correct?
Donovan, yes. He was the token black dude that couldn't fight.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They had him kind of soft though.
Yeah. It's all good. Hey, please do not sleep with my brother. My brother got some hands for you.
I bet he does, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've tasted your food before. Your food is fantastic. I don't say that about nobody's food because I can cook myself.
Yes,
okay?
you can.
What is both your backgrounds in cooking? Did you go to any school? I didn't go to any schooling, but I've smashed some people who've been to school. What is your background in cooking?
Well, my personal background, I was always a fat kid and always hungry.
Okay.
And I didn't have a lot of money, so I had to be creative. So I really got my first break cooking when my brother got popped in the eye with some grease, and when we were small, and he tried to beat me up like it was my fault.
Okay.
And then I had to take over, from there. Fend for yourself. But me, food always took me to another place. It's helped me out immensely. It saved my life, and it's also given me the opportunity to bring my people along with me. Travel the world and cook for people like yourself.
No doubt. Now, Frank, what's your story?
Basically, my passion came from kind of my parents being in the military and traveling everywhere. So, like, a lot of my food growing up as a child wasn't traditional. It wasn't
Perfect.
just fried chicken and
Yeah,
stuff
no
like
doubt.
that.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes. My mom was making yakisoba and ramen.
Yeah, man.
And doing different Japanese dishes. I was
Sure.
conceived over at Yokota Air Force Base in
Really?
Japan. But
Okay.
I was born here in the States. So my passion has just always been like involving myself in other cultures' cuisine.
Beautiful.
My ex-wife was from Barbados, so I got involved in Caribbean cuisine.
Major.
My oldest daughter, her mother was from Thailand.
Okay.
So I have a lot of Asian, cuisine influence as well. And I mean, it's just something I've always gravitated to, like the other portion of the show.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, we're called Plant Power Podcast for a reason. Plants are a big part of my life. I did stop drinking a long time. I know you're not. I know you're not a drinker. You're getting into the infusion world. Is there a world out there where people are having infused meals? I haven't really been exposed to that yet.
It's getting pretty big. It's pretty exclusive.
That's what I think. Yeah.
It's like a lot of athletes are into it because of the medical qualities.
Yes.
It also can help fight the big problem that the world is having right now with the opiate epidemic.
Correct.
What we do is we take an extra virgin olive oil and we infuse it with the highest grade THC, highest grade flowers from around the world.
Okay.
So my amazing clients get the best because that's the only thing that I have to offer.
Absolutely.
120%, whether I'm doing it for a job or it's just I'm just doing it.
Sure.
I don't know how to half anything. So I had the opportunity to bring Frank aboard. You know what I'm saying? I had to establish and grind for about 4 or 5 years because it took me 2 years to get to you.
It wasn't that hard. You didn't try that damn hard. All you had to do was go to Elmer's. I was sitting up in there back in the day,
Yeah, but it's just it's opened a lot of doors for me. Especially I suffer from mental illness. It's no mystery, and cooking has allowed me to take care of my father. I've been to 9 countries, and now, like I said before, I'm all about giving back. I worked. We did a lot of charities for a kids place here in Tampa.
Yep.
We did a $16,000 dinner, donated that times 2
Just a couple of weeks ago.
And it's not work when you love what you do. My father always told us that if you find something that you love doing, and then you can also make $1 at it,
absolutely,
you'll never work another day in your life again.
Beautiful.
Not to mention the amazing people like yourself. You know what I'm saying? going to events. We was on Michael Jordan's boat last year for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had a good time. You know, met a lot of amazing people in the business. Opened multiple doors for us. And, you know, experiences that the doctors told me that I would never have because of bipolar disorder.
Which
So,
Don't listen to nobody. You know
No,
what?
I didn't. I didn't.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? So I just took it to the next level. My brother told me I wasn't coming back out to LA.
Okay.
He said, do your thing, blow up in Florida.
That's it. And that's what you've been doing.
That's what we've been doing.
Now, you guys have done amazing work. I had a good time with you in the Super Bowl. What was the Super Bowl that we were on the big old boat?
Yeah, the Island Soul.
Yeah, that was a good time. Met some great people. Frank, I've seen you around, you know, way back in the day. Everybody says good things about you, good people, you know what I mean? So obviously you put your love for cooking and your love for cannabis together.
Absolutely.
When did you know that they lived together?
At the age of 11.
11? You started cooking with cannabis at 11?
Started smoking weed at the age of 11.
Okay, but when did you find out that cooking with cannabis was something that was cool?
Cooking with cannabis, honestly, probably about, I went to the Cannabis Cup in Amsterdam, and we went to the Oktoberfest right after.
You went to the Cannabis Cup in Amsterdam. What was that
2011.
like? What was that like?
And then the Cannabis Cup there was a little, it was foreign to me because it wasn't something that I was expecting. It's nothing I'd ever seen before. You know, I'm from here. We were still taboo. Here was very illegal. No doubt. You know, so getting there and having that freedom was kind of like a culture shock.
Sure.
But when we got to Cannabis Cup 2013, the first ever one they had in Denver, is when, because I was already messing around with extracting making my own butter and all that. And, you know, now it's gotten to the point where since he hit me up with the ability to have these oils available, now I can work with my sauces. I know if it's like something that's citrusy or earthy, you know, I can put it with different flavors, you know, to get the profiles that I'm looking for. And you get the full effect. You know, you get that nice body buzz, you don't have the cardiovascular effects, and you get to enjoy your meal on a different level.
Well, this is exciting because I've been vegan since beginning of December, and I like the way it makes me feel. And so if I gave you an ounce of bud and I say, make me some sauce or whatever, like you can cater it to vegan and all that kind of stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Well, that's exciting.
Whatever flavor profile you're looking for.
So what kind of, like, give me an example. So I guess there's no limitation of what sauces you can do. You can infuse anything.
Yes.
Literally.
All the way down to brown butter, gravies, anything.
Oh, man.
I can put the sauce in because it's going to be something that I know that flavor profile goes with already. So once I prepare it, you want to add it at the end.
Okay.
So you're not, heat's the only thing that kills THC.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So it's non-water soluble, so once you add it to a sauce, it's not losing any of its effect.
Okay.
So now we can take that, and if I know that it's something that's nice and earthy, and I want to put it with some oxtails in the gravy.
Okay, I just told you I'm not eating meat, so you don't have to bring up oxtails.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just,
that was rude.
But think about it. But just think about the gravy from the oxtails. Even if you just have the dumplings, you have.
I know about the oil
You
slick.
have the lima beans, the carrots. You know what I'm saying?
With
and that gravy
oxtail.
over the rice with the brown bean.
Yeah.
The oxtail you made me, I gotta say, I can cook some oxtails, but the oxtail you made me.
What, Corey? What?
It made me smile. It made my heart smile.
The oxtail made him smile.
Man, it made me sit back for a minute.
Yeah, you got to catch yourself.
You got that film over your lips.
Absolutely. That's that gelatinous love, you know. Yeah. But I sous vide them first. That's why they were special. Yeah. I sous vide them first. Now, Corey, I see you all the time, social media blasting people, and I don't see you cooking for like these crazy people. Give me some names of some people you've cooked for in the past. Shaq was one?
I cooked at Shaq's Club up there at Shahuka Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia. Frank missed that one. I did Ed Reed.
The great one of the best football players ever.
I've cooked for a lot of juggernauts, you know, Greg Lloyd from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow. Yeah.
Jorge Masvidal.
Okay.
You know, T. Woodley. My man Uli Monster. I cook for my brother Pooch.
He's a bad boy, yeah.
Yeah. Uli's a bad man.
That's a bad dude.
Oh, his name's Monster. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my man Shorty Torres. My man, my little mongoose. You know, 7-time world champion. Charles Rosa. Charles Rosa also is a chef. Yeah. Okay. So Charles Rosa fights UFC. Charles, big shout out. He's got a fight coming up in Vegas that we're going to be going to. But Frank and I took our knife sponsor, Rhineland Cutlery, and we all flew up to the Massachusetts Restaurant Association.
Yeah.
And we helped the kids, expand their passion. Okay. You know, show them that cooking can take you to 9 countries.
That's
Cooking can keep your family together.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's food. I mean, every country is based around.
That's
like,
one thing that
everybody does it. Everybody enjoys it.
Like you don't really see too many people arguing around food unless it's Thanksgiving.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
And that's love. That's love, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's love.
But
you know?
I chose food and you know, keeping it super clean and bringing experiences to people that they never thought existed.
Exactly.
So we turn your house or your mansion into a 5-star restaurant to where we save you the 60 to 80% markup on alcohol. COVID's out there, not to mention every other germ that you don't have to be exposed to when you're doing this, and you have your own people at your own spot. Nobody has to get a DUI and leave. You know,
that's
Don't forget about yacht therapy.
Oh yeah, we've done. Yeah, I mean, we did a yacht too
flight,
for
on the boat.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We did a yacht
Wherever
for
it needs to be.
Thanksgiving. They took us out there for a week. And
A
then-
week?
Yeah.
You guys cooked for a week?
Yeah, we cooked for a week on the yacht. So what you get to do is like, what I bring to the table is, you know, I've cooked in so many different countries and so many, along with Frank, that together our combined experiences, you can put us in a dark cave in a third world country.
And you'll figure it out.
We'll still
We'll
make it
come out with
happen.
something.
You'll figure it
And
out.
in between the
out with
two of
something.
us, like bringing
I love
on
that.
Frank was an extra blessing because I've been knowing Frank almost 30 years.
Sure.
So,
Peeking over my shoulder.
man, I taught you everything you know.
You ride your coattail, huh?
Man, yeah, man, he, you know,
We won't want to get
he's just
into
mad because he ain't the sexiest chef in the game.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to be
He's just
sexy.
mad
I mean,
because he's just mad because he brought sexy on board.
so you guys collectively are the sexiest chefs on the earth?
You got it.
On
Collectively?
Earth.
On the earth.
Earth.
Damn, that Earth's a long time.
Man,
It's a
what,
big
man?
place, dog.
Hey, man, shit,
You know?
Multiverse too.
Okay.
yeah,
You
look,
better-
look, they got us on calendars in Wakanda.
I gotta go to Wakanda. I heard it's beautiful. I heard it's beautiful this time of the year.
Man, hey, man, the rack of yak in Wakanda.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Or, I don't know, man, some rack of oxtails, man. We
Okay.
might need to try that.
All right, we got 45 seconds. If I give you one meal to wow me right now, what would you cook? Any meal, one meal, quick.
So that's gonna be our infused churrasco steak.
Churrasco steak. One meal, hit it.
I would hit you with the, well, for us, I would say Wagyu.
That's fine.
Wagyu.
Once
That's
again,
our
I'm vegan, but I
Our
still love
thing
meat
is
now.
our niche is the Wagyu.
Wagyu.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
like that? You give me a couple pieces, you cook something for me,
Yeah.
and it's like butter.
Shout out Wagyu Miami. Yeah,
There you
appreciate
go.
the love. Hey, they always look out for you, boy.
TruFusion, Corey, Frank, you guys want to do an event? How do they get in contact with you, dog?
I'm on social media at True Chef official page.
You can reach me at Salt City Chef on Instagram.
Perfect. Everybody, we love you. Go set something on fire.
Appreciate
Make
the
yourself
love.
feel good.
Let's
One
go.
love. Pop
Happy
power. Pop
420.
power.
Happy 420 100.